Die! Alright, welcome to my third C programming tutorial, lesson, whatever you want to call it. And what we're going to do today is math operators. Now, math operators are a little bit easy, actually. Like, before I just told you can assign these numbers to specific values and they will represent that number, but I actually never told you that you can add them together. So, for example, I can do dx plus x. But you can't do that, because if you do dx plus x, right, what holds that value of dx plus x? Now, we don't know that. Dx plus x, okay? It doesn't change anything. It won't change x to the sum. It won't change dx to the other sum. So, that is completely wrong. You cannot do that, because we do not know where the value we added goes to. We only know that, yeah, we only know that we added together. And another problem here is that I purposely done, just kidding, I accidentally came up with this retarded answer thing, is you can't plus different data types together. As you can see, I added a double with an integer, which is not possible unless I cast it, which I'm not going to do today. So I'm going to do something different. Now, remember how I said you can name your variables to certain names? You can actually add numbers to them, like 1 to x1. But there's a problem here. You can't start your variable names with a number. So I can do 1x. There's gonna be an error there. You have to start it with a letter. Alright? So that is another problem and issue. Now, because we want to hold this thing to another value besides the int, because we need to put that value into some other value that we added together and put it inside another value, we have to make something. So I'm gonna make this another integer called the sum. Now what we do here right now is we type sum equals x plus x1. Now I forgot to add x to the top, and yeah, that leads me to another point. If I do this, okay, I do that again. We haven't assigned x yet. It goes in a linear form. The whole program goes in a linear form. So first adds this, then it assigns x equals to 120. So it doesn't go randomly go to this line over here and then go randomly to this line. It actually goes in a linear form. It goes down towards the bottom. So we gotta put that to the top here. And then we need to assign our x1 equal to, say, 50. And then sum equals x plus 1. Now, what are we going to do here? We can do this. Right. The sum of x plus x1 is equal to, and then we can do just a simple sum. Alright, and then do a percent d, and that's all we need to do. Now 50 plus 120 is as easy as first grade math. It is 170, so it should print out that the sum, yeah, is 170, so we were correct. Now this will work with anything like -2, so debug start. It'll work with minus, which is 70, and it can work with multiplication, which is a star, and then yes, okay, 6,000, and it will work with division, but this will not work because that's not the right answer. It will round it to the nearest, not round it, it will just cut off the decimal. It will not round. It will just, okay, if it's 3.996, 3.14, blah 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 blah, like pi, it will make it a 3. And if it's like, okay, another example, 3.9, it will not make it a 4. It will make it a 3. Alright, it's just gonna cut off the decimal if it's an integer, because an integer cannot display a decimal number. Alright, so that's division. So maybe we can change this to a double. Double, okay. Double, right, double. Change this to F. Change this to a double. Alright. And then we divide it. Alright, we divide it. Okay. Look at that, it's 2.4. Okay? Now another operator I'm gonna tell you is this percent thing. Now with the percent thing, if you know math, it could be like x mod 10 or something like that. Let me see what's wrong with here. Double x or integral. Alright, let's just do 1. What happens is sum equals x percent x1. Now what? Okay, I don't think this works right now. We can forget about what I just said just then. Now that's just everything, and this is just my basic operator tutorial on C, and I hope you guys learned something. And I think I'm gonna do something else. Notice how there. Okay. When we're in programming, we normally say, "Oh, there's an error on line, blah blah blah." So then we can do line, type line numbers, I guess. Show like save C++ new lines, line numbers. Okay, here just type line numbers there, and then click that. Click OK, and then we have line numbers here. Now normally when we code, we have errors. We normally have many errors. The compiler will tell us which line it is, and if we didn't have the lines, we would have not have known where the error is. If we code like 3,000 lines of code, which you will in the future, you're not gonna find it. So always put line numbers in your code. It's very odd why they defaultly don't put it there, but it's okay. And I hope you learned something in this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time.